crosstown rivalry between the USC Trojans and the UCLA Bruins. And you mentioned basketball being back, Mary. UCLA also hosting the first 2 rounds of the NCAA tournament over in Westwood. USC in the home whites and Texas A&M-Corpus Christi in the road blues. And Rhea Marshall, the 6'4" center, outstanding defensive player, wins the tap and gets it to Kaya Padilla, the senior for the Trojans. 3 Ivy League transfers in the starting lineup as grad transfers for USC, and immediately taken away from Juju Watkins. Let's look at today's starting lineups, brought to you by Capital One. For Texas A&M, Violetta Verano, Paige Allen, Maria Aguado, Monica Wosted, and Alicia Westbrook. Westbrook, their outstanding player, best player in program history. Westbrook, number 13 in blue. And for USC, Juju Watkins, Kaya Padilla, Mackenzie Forbes, and Caitlin Davis, all 3 from the Ivy League, and Rhea Marshall, the lone returning starter from last year's team that went to the NCAA tournament. And Juju on the board with the 3 ball.
I think Coach Chadwick put it best when we talked to him yesterday at practice. That is, we need USC not to play great, and we need to play the game of our lives.
Caitlin Davis moving her feet with Paige Allen, one of the best players for the Islanders. Allen, number 11 in blue, the 5'8", 4th-year senior out of Kansas City. There's Royce Chadwick in his 12th year at Texas A&M-Corpus Christi, but his 40th year overall coaching. Down low to Westbrook, good footwork, but Davis holding her ground and nearly a shot clock violation. Aguado applying that pressure on Juju. Chadwick won his 750th career game versus Lamar in the Southland Conference Championship game in Louisiana.
You see his 8th NCAA tournament appearance, his last in 2000-2001 as Mackenzie Forbes knocks down a 3 as an 11 seed. It's been 23 years for his return to the big dance.
And Forbes staying hot. She was the Pac-12 tournament MVP, exploded for 26 points against Stanford in the title game. Texas A&M-Corpus Christi in their first dance, looking for their first bucket, and won't go for Verano.
Paige Allen runs down the offensive board.
And then the turnover. We saw it in the first game here between Michigan and Kansas. Kansas coming back from 10 points against Michigan to win it and advance. But we saw a little bit of adrenaline, maybe some nerves in the NCAA tournament. Nobody from Texas A&M-Corpus Christi has played in the NCAA tournament. Juju Watkins back door, what a cut and a fine by Padilla.
Padilla said just go on back door, and the pass was delivered. This is a USC team that is much more than Juju Watkins. Great experience, competitiveness, and they are edgy because they know they're a 1 seed, but they still don't think they get the respect they deserve. This is going to be a great game just to watch them progress through it.
Allen off the mark. Marshall corrals the board. And now Juju will stop, pop, and that one rolls out. The crowd groans, thought it was down. And a great crowd out here to watch the Pac-12 tournament champ USC Trojans, who made a run through the tournament as a 2 seed.
And come into the NCAA tournament as a 1 seed.
And just a few short weeks ago, they were a 3 seed. They are red hot. They've won 12 of the last 13 games. Here's Westbrook, had a good look, wouldn't go. Juju spinning, help comes, kicks it to Marshall. And now contact made, and that's Marshall getting called for the offensive foul.
Kayla Padilla Just a great shooter, but a facilitator as well. The backdoor cut by Watkins. Doesn't have to do too much, just catch it, clear that side out.
It's nice when you don't have to create your own shot.
Right.
It's delivered a wide open bucket after a cut. Slicing in the lane, Aguado and denied. Caitlin Davis getting off the ground in a hurry.
The Pac-12 conference is just packed with dynamic post players, but Caitlin Davis has delivered time and time again. The elevation and the clean block.
She has been on a tear, inserted into the starting lineup the day after USC lost to Washington, the only unranked loss on their schedule. And her numbers and production have been stellar. Blocked inside, Rhea Marshall and Davis there. And now Forbes will just pull from deep, no good, but Davis gives her team another possession. There's Marshall. Slicing through the defense. It's a 10-0 USC run.
Marshall had a great Pac-12 tournament, but was not all tournament. And boy, you talk about just coming into every game with an edge.
Verano leaves the jump shot short. And now Juju has it. Quick change of direction. Gets it to Forbes. And now down low to Marshall, in between a couple of blue jerseys, and that one is last off the Islanders. So USC coming out and looking like they got that look in their eyes, on a mission. Well, the Texas A&M-Corpus Christi Islanders, the only university in the nation located on its own island in the heart of Texas Gulf Coast, and they all love Paige Allen right now. It's our Xfinity most reliable player, brought to you by Xfinity. She was an absolute star in the Southland Conference tournament, Mary. Put that team on her back to get them to the tournament for the first time ever.
She's 5'8", out of Kansas City, Missouri, averages 10 and 7. But the numbers, you look against Lamar, 22 and 12 rebounds at 5'8", was not named to the All-Southland All-Conference team. Had an edge coming in. You talk about being edgy. She was edgy. She came into that tournament and left being the MVP.
Well, she finished the season on a tear, 11 of 12 games in double figures as Davis goes high off the window for the bucket. And those are the kind of stories she's going to remember the rest of her life, guiding this team for the first time. They started playing basketball back in 1999 at Corpus Christi. And here's Westbrook. Her three ball won't go. Kayla Williams onto the floor, the backup point guard for SC.
She's really been a difference maker the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Juju just leaving the defense behind, but the short little runner won't go. I think she was surprised there was no shot blocker there to greet her. Westbrook working on Akunwafu, who is now on the floor for SC.
Great defensive presence. There you go.
Getting out and running. Rebound and run.
Boy, if you didn't know it, you feel like you're just back in Vegas watching this USC team. They have not missed a beat.
And Texas A&M-Corpus Christi trying to find their offensive rhythm. They've missed 11 shots in a row against this USC squad, the #1 seed, who has been on a tear.
Shot clock
at 2. Allen pulls it. Won't go. Good hustle in the corner from Wilstead. And SC comes away with it. Here's Juju behind the back, all the way into the lane, draws contact. The whole crowd, oohing and awing as Juju worked her way to the rim.
Juju Watkins in transition. Once, little step through. And sometimes all you can do is foul her. You want to stop her. One more time. Oh, a lot of Islanders trying to chase her down.
change of direction for Juju. You mentioned sometimes you just got to reach out and foul her. She's been to the line 246 times this year, and she is an 84% foul shooter. Misses the first.
Yeah, she does a remarkable job of creating contact and finishing.
Well, that's the thing. If you want to try to contest her shot, you got to get off the ground, you got to be in the air, and you got to be high. And most of the time, she's finding a way to catch somebody and get to the foul line if you do that. So the Islanders trying to get something going against this USC defense, and Juju says no, ma'am.
Yeah, she's sending souvenirs into the first row.
Better have your head on a swivel if you're one of the fans in the front row with this SC defense.
You kind of lose track of the fact that Juju Watkins was named, or excuse me, voted to the Pac-12 All-Defensive Team.
Her blocks, as you see there, her steal numbers, over 2 steals a game for the true freshman.
Taylor Bigby on the floor for USC.
Westbrook, it's met and is denied by Akunwafu. Juju, too strong inside the lane and claps her hands together. Hard take by Timberland, and now Allen has it. Juju looking for the block, instead forces the miss. And Forbes has some space. Into the lane and scores off window. This SC team is absolutely rolling. You always wonder after a 2-week break how your team will respond to that rest. Are you rested or rusty? And boy, SC looks rested and ready for the NCAA tournament. USC on fire here early on their home floor. 17-2 advantage. They are 7-11 from the floor, and it's time for the Fueling the Run, brought to you by Wendy's. They are staying hot, Mary. They ran through Las Vegas, a double overtime win in the semis versus UCLA, and then took down the Trees 74-61, the final over the Stanford Cardinal, who are one of the best teams in America. It was a long gauntlet of a season in the Pac-12 Conference, and they passed with flying colors.
And Mackenzie Forbes was the star of that finals against Stanford. 26 points. She played all 40 minutes. 2 nights earlier against UCLA, played 48 minutes, and just does so much for this team. Mackenzie Forbes started her career at Cal, playing for Lindsey Gottlieb, transfers to Harvard. Who transfers from Cal to Harvard? For basketball, nobody.
Nobody. She is a brilliant young lady, and comes from a huge basketball family. Her dad and grandfather both played for the Harlem Globetrotters. She is now in year 6 of college basketball. Didn't get to play 2 of them, being in the Ivy League because of COVID, and she transferred before you were allowed a free transfer. And she is back with Lindsey Gottlieb, who she played for at Cal 6 years ago. Liz McKenzie, what a difference maker she was in Las Vegas. Shot off the mark by Texas A&M, and they just cannot buy a bucket. The Islanders now 1 of 19 from the field.
No complaints on the shot selection. They're getting some decent shots. A&M-Corpus Christi, you just need to kind of slow it down a little bit. Don't hurry and just get a couple to go. Get some confidence.
It is loud in here. You've got student section with their chest painted. You got the band out. It is packed. Great energy. A true road environment for Texas A&M-Corpus Christi. Marshall trying to fight through the defense off the mark. Aguado spins away. Now gets it down low to McGill. Stripped away by Rhea Marshall.
And the growth of Rhea Marshall. A year ago, she would have fouled on that because she's just trying to be so emphatic with the block shot.
Padilla won't go. Oh, Kayla Williams, the thief, gets it and scores on the easy bucket off the steal.
Was always a starter, Kayla Williams, and transfers starts last year, this year coming off the bench, accepts her role, but boy, as the season wound down, they have needed her time and time again, and she has risen to the occasion.
And she can lock you up defensively.
Sure can.
Jada Whitner, the three-point shooting specialist for the Islanders, kicks it out. And just losing her footing, Timberland Criswell trying to spin away from the defense. And instead, it's a turnover.
There's the turnover, the steal. Kayla Williams, and 2, making it look easy.
Williams, the 5'7" senior, one of the many players on this SC team from Los Angeles. Down low, Marshall, reverse, off window is good.
Beautiful job on the high-low.
Westbrook slicing into the lane at the buzzer, count it. Texas A&M needed a little shot in the arm before heading into the quarter break. And they got it from Westbrook, program's best player in their history. So the end of the first quarter is all USC. The crowd highly entertained inside the Galen Center here in Los Angeles, California. The mascots getting after it. The Islanders, he's showing he can compete with the Trojan. I don't know why I found so much amusement in this, but I did. And then the Texas A&M-Corpus Christi watch party from the Brewster Street Ice House. I hope y'all are having a blast cheering on your team, making history for Texas A&M-Corpus Christi, getting in the dance for the first time in the history of the Islanders. And the head coach, Royce Chadwick, in his 12th year, the winningest coach in Southland Conference history. 40 years as a head coach, and what a great job he's done with this year's squad. Wilstead with the jumper right out of the timeout. They scored the first bucket and the last bucket of the first quarter, and SC had all the other ones in between.
And you hope the score doesn't lessen the party at Brewster's, because you made it to the NCAA, and a lot of schools didn't.
Absolutely right. You are dancing and partying here in March. Padilla on the baseline gets hacked in the act, and she will head to the line.
I mean, that's what makes this time of year so interesting. For some schools, just making it is climbing Mount Everest. It is the accomplishment of a lifetime as a coach or as a player.
Well, I think certainly for Texas A&M-Corpus Christi, for all these players, the first time they've ever been able to compete in the dance, and they won the Southland Conference regular season tournament a year ago. Tomorrow, the NCAA Women's Championship second round begins on ABC, with North Carolina taking on the 1-seed undefeated South Carolina at 1 Eastern, and then Middle Tennessee will square off against Angel Reese and LSU on ESPN. Duke, Ohio State is at noon Eastern, followed by Colorado and Kansas State. All games are available on the ESPN app.
And South
Carolina, many games right now. It just is so much fun.
Number 1 South Carolina, 33-0 against UNC. They played on November 30th. That was a 7-point ball game in Chapel Hill, and UNC out-rebounded South Carolina. So that should be a great ball game on ABC.
Not to mention the Carolinas.
Yeah, the
state pride on the line.
Yeah.
That one left short. Dominique Darius onto the floor for SC. Lindsey Gottlieb, what a job she has done now in her 3rd season at USC. Spent 8 years at Cal and took them to the 2013 Final Four. Picked to finish 6th in a loaded Pac-12 conference this year. Ended up number 2 and then winning the Pac-12 tournament. Juju had a good look at it, too strong. Good defense. Gets that pass batted down. Too much traffic, and the Islanders have it. Aguado up and under. Pretty move. So Maria Aguado, a lefty out of Barcelona, Spain. 6 Spaniards on this roster. Gorgeous move.
Michael Price Looks like he pulled a hamstring.
One of our officials today, that's what we're looking at. Michael Price, Cheryl Blue, Travis Jones. They do have an alternate here because the NCAA tournament travels squads of 4 in case of a moment like this. Michael Price clearly a bit hobbled, our officials. So Demoya Pugh is here if he needs to get a substitute. And it looks like they're going to take Michael Price and have to have him attended to by the medical staff here at USC. So Michael, I think I just saw Michael Price say I can't.
I thought I saw that too.
I mean, these referees work hard, that is for sure. And so it looks like they're talking about. So Michael Price
is at the
right in front of USC. Yeah, circled. Trying to keep up with the pace and loses his footing and then just
immediately grabs.
Yeah. And he is still in some pain here, and I don't think he's going to be able to continue. He's going to have to go be attended to. Michael Price, one of our longtime officials.
Boy, stay ready.
Stay ready. Demoya Pugh says, my turn, let's go. Put me in, coach, I'm ready. And so after a short delay, it'll be SC basketball leading 22-6. And a quick trap coming. Forbes picks the ball up. Great defense by the Islanders. And now a 2-on-1 break. Can't get it to go. And Davis hustles back to tip that one out of bounds.
Everything they wanted but the finish. Nice job coming out of that. A little surprise. They've got a lot of things in their bag of tricks that they're hoping they can use. There's the trap up top.
That trap leading to a turnover. And they do still have a possession. There's Westbrook.
Nice read.
Gets it back. Baseline jumper is good.
And you just felt that whole possession a little calmer.
Absolutely. Alicia Westbrook, the 6'1", fifth-year grad student out of Kansas City, puts it in. Padilla straightaway 3. Won't go. And the Islanders have a chance for back-to-back buckets. Westbrook into the lane and draws the foul against Rhea Marshall. So Alicia Westbrook out of Kansas City, Missouri, Park Hill South High School draws the second foul on Rhea Marshall.
Does a nice job of just kind of getting into the body of Marshall. And the last thing that Rhea Marshall wants to do is spend any time on the bench.
And you can tell Rhea Marshall upset. She wants to be on the floor. For the 4th straight year, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships. The first and second rounds today.
You got to plan your meals in your life around these games.
I mean, really, you just turn the TV on. Just make sure the remote's handy.
Exactly.
So you can flip all around to get all these games. It's incredible. You don't have to miss any of them. Forbes had a clean look, won't go. So SC coming out red hot. They've cooled down a bit. They're now at 47% shooting, 9 of 19 from the floor. Ball kicked away.
Ball is kicked.
So 20 seconds will be on the shot clock. We are in the Regional 3 in Portland, and Kansas advanced earlier today in overtime over Michigan. So this game will decide who will face off against the Kansas Jayhawks on Monday from the Galen Center. Juju Watkins met with a couple of blue jerseys, kicks it out. Now Davis spins, gets inside the lane, and that one too strong off the rim. Wilstead, one of the 6 Spaniards on this team, now in the hands of Aguado. Out of Barcelona. The lefty using that Westbrook screen, gets into the lane, too much. Juju thought about the 3 and then into the paint, draws contact.
No, we've watched Juju Watkins a lot this year, and she glides, she elevates, and she just can initiate contact, her change of pace, her change of direction.
She's a player that the body control is so impressive, and she is so explosive, yet it doesn't look like it. She just looks always under control as she cans the jumper.
And she only uses the effort and the motion that she needs to get the bucket. There's nothing wasted.
Just a sensational freshman campaign for Watkins as the 3 ball is good. That's Jada Whitner, the 5'5" junior out of Mason City, Iowa.
34% from 3 this season.
It was really easy to do her percentages, Mary. She was 34 out of 100 on the season. That math is really good for me. That's her 35th make.
Those Iowans know how to shoot the ball.
So SC has stalled out here. And another stop for the Islander defense. So it has been all Islanders here in the second quarter. 9-3. Texas A&M-Corpus Christi has come to play. A timeout by USC. Thank you, yeah, USC coming out red hot, and they've cooled off here in the second quarter. They have been outscored by the Islanders 9-3, and now the home run ball is
Love it.
Love it.
Been a coach for
wide.
30 years. Yep, let's just pull out the tricks.
A 13-3 Texas Corpus Christi run. And they are back in this thing within single digits and a USC turnover. So the Islanders dropping down. They went to the quarter break with a bucket from Westbrook, and since then it's been all Islanders.
Great denial.
Taking it away is Williams. And then is fouled as she goes to the rim. The defense leading to offense from Kayla Williams. She was all Pac-12 honorable mention defense last year. Disruptive on-ball defender. And you see her take it away and give SC a chance to get out and run.
First 2 years was at UC Irvine, the transfer into USC, and certainly Lindsey Gottlieb has gone into the portal and really helped bridge the gap as a new coach.
Well, that one just misses everything for Kayla Williams, taking her hands and trying to wipe them off on her shorts. And leaves that one short. He was huge in the Pac-12 tournament, hit a couple of big 3 balls.
Sure. That Stanford game that had 8 points in 11 minutes of play.
Did not look comfortable at the free throw line on those 2 attempts, though. And SC gets it back, leading 24-15. Juju recently passing Kennedy Carter, now 3rd all-time on the freshman scoring list. Forbes, shot clock at 3, has to get it off, and does.
Over the course of this season, Mackenzie Forbes, I think, has started moving into the WNBA conversation with the upcoming draft. I'm not saying a first-rounder, but she does a lot of things really well on the floor.
He's a 6-foot grad student from Folsom, California.
Forbes knows the shot clock is running down. Just got to find a way to get an angle between the legs. Hard crossover. And the leaner from Folsom, California.
She had a 36-point game at Long Beach State right before Christmas this year. Exploded again, 26 points in that title game, the Pac-12 tournament championship against Stanford. Here's Juju. A lot of contact, just takes the defender and rides her all the way to the spot she wants to get to. So the foul trouble right now, Rhea Marshall sitting on the bench for SC, the starting center with 2 personals. And for the Islanders, Chriswell picking up her 2nd personal a few moments ago. And nobody else right now in danger. There is Rhea on your left.
I'll tell you, there's a solid number of fans here from Texas A&M-Corpus Christi. Got a whole section to themselves.
From the Gulf Coast. What a gorgeous campus. Texas A&M, Corpus Christi. Views of the Texas Gulf Coast and the beach, bays, and the palm trees line the campus. And beautiful spot to go take some classes and play some hoop. I know that. Oh, Juju with the rip all by herself, going up with the left. And Juju Watkins proving why she was named to that all-defensive team in the Pac-12. Takes it away again. Her 2nd steal back-to-back. Watch out. Pulls up. Didn't have a lot of elevation on that jumper, but tracks down her miss. Looked like she was trying to coax that one in. Wouldn't drop. Here's Forbes spinning away from the defense. Leaves it to the left of the rim. Quick trigger 3 from Whitner. That misses everything. She thought it was tipped, but it's going to be USC basketball.
Here's the steal. Pick, and let's go.
That is the worst feeling in the world.
73rd steal of the season for Juju Watkins.
That is highway robbery right there. Just Aguado never saw that coming.
And she averages 2.5 steals a game. Block and a half a game.
Anticipation, quick hands. That ball hit the hardwood and she just snagged it. So USC doubling up Texas A&M-Corpus Christi 30-15 here with 2:42 left in the half. This place is packed out. USC for the first time since 1994.
Which is a long time ago.
A senior for the Trojans, and her little freshman teammate was none other than Tina Thompson. Now 2 Hall of Famers. 2 of the best that have ever worn a jersey on that squad together in 1994. And they made a trip to the Elite 8 under Cheryl Miller, who was the head coach. Juju Watkins getting in. Do they count it? Yes, they do. The and 1 for Juju Watkins.
How often have we seen that this year, Elise, where that hard crossover and defensively, you're just trying to throw your body and just kind of stay with it, but you can't make the defensive slide as quick as that changes direction by Juju Watkins.
Yeah, that little hesitation that she puts on the defender outside the 3-point line is special. And she completes the 3-point play. Watkins now at 14 points, 3 boards, couple of assists. Cheryl Miller, one of the all-time best looking on, and has certainly been here for many games, Mary, to watch this USC team and the resurgence of this program. So the Islanders coming alive here in the 2nd quarter. They've got 11, make it 14 of their 18 points here in the 2nd frame.
I think she just gives her teammates a sense of calm.
So 6 for Westbrook, 2 made threes for A&M from Whitner and Allen. Here's Juju. No good on the 3. And Williams almost another rip.
Sure did.
Instead, getting tangled up with Verano, and will pick up the personal.
Paige Allen. Watkins goes behind. And Paige Allen, 5'8" out of Kansas City, Missouri. We've had a lot of folks from Kansas City, Kansas City, Missouri.
Well, I love the connection between Allen and Westbrook, the two AAU teammates from 10 years ago. And Alicia Westbrook coming to Texas A&M-Corpus Christi first. She is a fifth-year senior, getting that COVID year. And wanted her AAU teammate Paige Allen to join her, and she did. And they have won 3 championships together for the Islanders. Just under the block attempt of Davis, and Wilstead puts it off window.
Boy, what a composed team to go down so big, 21-4 at the end of the first, and just build your way back into this ball game.
They have outscored SC in the second quarter. Taylor Bigby on the floor, and immediate dividends as she drills the corner 3.
Yeah. Memo to all future opponents of USC: do not leave Taylor Bigby open in the corner.
Big game versus Arizona at the Pac-12 tournament. 3 for 4 from deep, had 9 points. So 36 made 3 of the season. So when you focus a lot on Juju, you leave Bigby open or Forbes open. Padilla, they've got some three-point snipers.
Taylor Bigby out of Las Vegas, started her career at the University of Oregon. Look at her career at 37% shooter at USC.
So about 5-second shot and game clock differential. Davis gets tied up. And the possession arrow will give it to the Islanders with 18 seconds. So we'll see what Texas A&M-Corpus Christi can do. They hit a shot at the end of the first quarter and really spurned them on. They have outscored SC in the second frame 16-15. They got that adrenaline and the nerves out after the first quarter, and they've been playing even since. Allen off the front rim, won't go. And so that brings us to halftime. 36-20, USC on top, but Texas A&M-Corpus Christi with a great second quarter. Let's send it to Dub in the studio with Elle Duncan, Rebecca Lobo, and Andrea Carter. You're watching the NCAA Women's Championship presented by Capital One. We are in Los Angeles inside the Galen Center, which is packed to the gills as the #1 seed USC Trojans lead Texas A&M-Corpus Christi 36-20. The crowd inside loving it. Juju Watkins fantastic, so were the rest of the Trojans in the first quarter, but a good second quarter from Texas A&M, and the game and the crew down in the Brewster Street Ice House in Corpus Christi loving it. And they have a lot of reason to be proud of the Islanders as they have been battling back in the second quarter, Mary. It was a blowout in the first quarter, and they refused to die, but it's been a good game so far.
It has been a good game so far. USC a little late coming out from the halftime. It's going to be a great second half. We're looking forward to seeing it.
Well, Juju Watkins, again, special. If you have not seen Juju Watkins play, she's just 18 years old. She had a 51-point game at Stanford. She is a first-team All-American. Oh, yeah, at halftime, 15 points, 2 blocks, 2 steals, doing everything, Mary.
And her debut this season was against #7 Ohio State. In that game, 32 points. And you said it. She does simply everything. She's a generational talent. Just sit back and enjoy it.
And I bet, as that's your Invesco QQQ game track, as Juju with those 15 points, 5 of 11 from the floor. The blocks, SC in the first half, 9 blocks. And A&M-Corpus Christi with 11 turnovers to just 6 for USC. Now, Juju Watkins, if you are just watching, a lot of things she does that is impressive, but I bet you right now at halftime, she's upset. I don't think she felt like she played her best basketball, even though she had 15 points. She was 5 of 11 from the field. 3 boards, couple of assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. But the standard she has set for herself, Mary, is very high. for Juju Watkins is not the numbers, although those are amazing. She's the second leading scorer in the nation behind only Caitlin Clark at 27 points per game. Is the fact that USC has turned into one of the best teams in the nation. A #1 seed and Pac-12 tournament champs. Padilla's three, no good. Marshall skying to get that rebound, grabs it and puts it back.
She does such a sensational job of just relaxing and just going and corralling offensive rebounds and making your opponent pay.
She was in foul trouble in the first half, picked up 2 and had to sit the bench. Didn't get as many minutes as she would like, and an answer from the Islanders.
Yeah, you watch the Islanders, well coached. You can tell by the way they play, the way they space the floor. They're throwing a lot of different things out there offensively and defensively.
Juju, mid-range jumper, pure.
Yeah, you can't go behind screens. You can't drop in ball. When you see a ball screen, she'll annihilate it.
The thing with Juju is, if she gets into her, you can't really stop her from getting her shot off because she's too good athletically, and she just rises over the defense. It's really a matter of if she makes it or not. And we've seen every defense possible try to slow her down, and she just has been able to solve them all. Good take there with the left hand from Wilstead, but off the mark. Davis working on Paige Allen, picks up her dribble, tosses it weak side to Padilla. Padilla left open, cans it.
Padilla is dangerous, and it's so impressive. A year ago, you know, she did a great job shooting the basketball. This year, she's plus 10% from 3 with the addition of Juju Watkins on the floor with her.
Another one of those grad students that transferred in from the Ivy League. She was at Penn, left #7 all time in Penn scoring history. Offensive rebound corralled and put back by Wilstead. Annika Wilstead, the 5'9" junior out of Madrid. So there's a watch party down in Corpus Christi. You better believe Spain is dialed in right now. 6 Spaniards on this Texas A&M-Corpus Christi team. Forbes tees up the 3. Off the back iron. And now in transition, Westbrook beats the defense down the floor. Well done in transition. And Westbrook, the best player in program history, Royce Chadwick, saying she is going to be governor someday. And he doesn't joke. Her mom actually a politician in Missouri. Jamie Johnson, a state rep for Missouri House District 12. And he's convinced that Alicia Westbrook is going to follow her mom's footsteps into politics someday, sooner rather than later.
Love that little step back from Juju Watkins.
So the first quarter was owned by SC. They outscored Texas A&M 21-4, and then Texas A&M came back in the second, outscoring the Trojans 16-15. And then SC leading 9-6 here in the third. So Texas A&M not going away. They have showed some resiliency. And here's Westbrook all the way into the lane and draws the contact from Davis. She's a good player, Mary.
She is, and she just make things happen. Put it on the floor. Handle that contact.
She has been a part of 3 championships at Texas A&M, Corpus Christi, a 2020 regular season championship, last year's regular season championship, and of course the run through the Southland Conference tournament just a short time ago.
Well, I love the story that she could have left for some NIL money other places, but stayed because this is where she wanted to go, to come to the NCAA tournament with this team.
And Nabawea McGill there to grab the O board and the putback. Forbes pull up.
Man. How would that look away and then come back?
Making it look easy. And it's been pretty even since that first quarter run. 21-4. USC came out red hot. Like they were angry at having to wait 2 weeks to play basketball. Aguado, the lefty, gets to her spot and drills it.
When they got calm offensively, they started making some shots.
Juju trying to drop it off to Davis, instead draws contact. And you look at this, the box sheet at the end of the game, and Juju Watkins continually draws 6, 7, 8, 9 fouls per game. Doesn't get to go to the line on that one, but her team with the baseline out of bounds. Oh, look at that cut. My goodness, doesn't hit the shot. Forbes cleans it up, but she just lost the defense. Like I said, she can get her own space just about whenever she wants. Aguado, the lefty from the baseline, pretty finish.
Just finding a way, just get it up there.
She's in double figures now. She's got 10, 5 of 7. Juju off the front rim. Padilla corrals a loose ball and gets it to Forbes. She's inside the lane again with the short jumper. Forbes taking what the defense gives her. She's got 13 now, 6 of 10. A fantastic crowd here in the Galen Center at the midway part of the third quarter. Juju Watkins looking for the block. Instead, she will be whistled for the foul. And that is just the first foul on Juju. We're gonna have a special guest coming up. One of the all-time best in basketball history is gonna sit down with us. USC leads 51-32. We'll be joined by Cheryl Miller coming up here from the Galen Center.
Cheryl Miller, the great freshman All-American. Miller will take that shot all day.
This kid is the next generation.
Cheryl Miller is like literally the GOAT.
Oh, and the best hair of the 80s, Cheryl Miller, an absolute legend. I loved that hair. I tried to get that haircut. It didn't quite work for me, Cheryl.
Hey, it's still working for me. It's still working
Absolutely. But, so pleased to have you join us here, an all-time legend, not just in USC basketball, but in USA basketball, and obviously an all-time legend. And we're sitting here courtside, and we're getting a treat from Juju Watkins as well. You've been able to see a lot of her based in LA. What really jumps out to you about Juju's game?
She's just special, and you've seen it. The poise we spoke about that she has, the calmness about her game. She's still learning. This is a whole new, different experience for her. But she's courageous to stick around and come to SC of all places, and the pressure to be here and continue this legacy and build up this legacy. She's a heck of a young lady.
Did you think this day would ever come, that great basketball would come back to USC?
Oh, absolutely not. No question, no. I really didn't see that. But you know what? They hired the right coach with Lindsay. She's done a great job, her staff and everyone, and it's been bit by bit, player by player, and look where we're at today.
You remember being a freshman, Cheryl. You won a national championship that year. The 3-ball off there by Forbes, but just remembering what it's like your first year where everybody's coming for you and you're playing with so much pressure, and yet she's done it. Doesn't seem like it's affected her at all, but do you remember what it was like for you and how she's done?
You know, guys, I was fortunate because even though we had a target on our backs, I still had Pam and Paula McGee. I had Cynthia Cooper, Rhonda Wyndham, Juliet Robinson, Tracy Longo. So everything was already in place. All I had, I was adorable. Forget cute, ladies. I was adorable.
Yes, you were.
But no, there were so many pieces in place. All I had to come in and just learn and just listen and learn and play.
The resurgence of USC basketball and winning that Pac-12 tournament. And we talk about Juju a lot, but boy, there was a lot of other players that had monster tournaments and have had great seasons.
You know what, and again, there's a lot of players that have come through at SC, but Lindsay and Coach Burns have done such a wonderful job of embracing the older players, bringing us back, getting us back in the folds, and the young players embracing us well. This has been nice. It's been really nice to be back and be a part of SC basketball again, ladies.
I'm going to talk like Reggie. Cheryl. The thing about, you're 6'3", Juju's 6'2".
Yes.
What is it like to watch a 6'2" player do what she does?
She's smooth, Mary. She's absolutely smooth. Very little wasted motion.
Yeah, we just talked about that.
And the one thing, if there's anything that I would like to see her improve on, and this is like next season, is at the defensive end. I think she's a much better defender than what she's seeing, and that's just a matter of her being a freshman and getting used to the speed of the collegiate game.
Great take by Criswell. Can't complete the three-point play, but the Islanders within 15. Yeah, she's got all the defensive ability. It's just about knowing schemes as a freshman. That's experience, right?
Absolutely.
Beautiful feed down low. Leah Marshall puts it in.
You know, Cheryl, it's been an interesting season where the discussion of former greats has come to the forefront. You know, talking about Lynette Woodard, talking about Cheryl Miller, and people that maybe played in the AIAW. What's it been like to just hear those names, not just yourself, but hear other people that you played against and you watched?
Well, you said it best. It's been a conversation, and that's what women's basketball needs. Conversation, exposure. Players are now taking it to a different level. You know, the game's the same, but the elevation of the skill level is what I've been impressed with, especially in the ball handling skills. I mean, Juju, look at that. She just makes that look easy. She leans like misdirection with the ball. That's what I think she's at her best when she's attacking the basket.
And Cheryl, just talk our way through this replay. I mean, just her ability to handle contact.
She just hesitates just for that slight, and she allows the defense to come up on her. And then that's when you charge at her like that, that's when she makes that next extra step and then gets to the basket right there. Almost finished it.
You know, one of the things that's so different now is just sort of the acceptance of the NBA side. You know, Ronnie James was at Sierra along with Juju Watkins. And so, you know, LeBron's at the school, LeBron's at games. And just when she hit the 51, just getting all those tweets and X messages that she got from all these NBA type guys. How different is it now with the acceptance? I mean, you always had acceptance because of Reggie.
Right. Well, you know, I mean, God bless Reggie, but he almost killed my credibility. But you know what? It's more impressive of what these kids like Juju have to deal with off the court. The distractions, the social media, and the tugs and pulls financially. And wow, and whether you're going to stay or not, or transfer after coming to a university, it's unbelievable.
I think you would have liked NIL in your time, though.
Oh, are you kidding me? I was the only few real student athletes.
I think Cheryl might have been getting paid back in her day, just a hunch.
Wow, really?
Going big picture on it.
No, I mean, I'm saying in these days, Cheryl, not under the table.
Oh, I thought you were talking about it as a college player. I'm like, what did you hear? What did you hear?
No, I'm saying if you were in the game in these days of the NIL, I think you would be cashing in and deserving
My 401k would look nice right now.
Now is judge number 13, Marshall.
57-36, USC leading Texas A&M-Corpus Christi 57-36. I think the interesting part about Juju's story is being a kid from Watts and her family history with her grandfather and her great-grandfather and how they laid roots down and the whole phrase, don't move, improve, and being an LA person and having that. You said, hey, man, I didn't think she'd go here to USC, and the courage it takes, but just the community. She has galvanized this community, hasn't she?
She truly has, and again, I think she got a lot of credit and a lot of respect from former players like myself to stay at home. And can we get more of that, young lady? Can we get more of that? Looking for your shot.
Padilla drills the three-point sharpshooter.
Cheryl, let's go big picture.
Big picture.
Southern California,
Yes.
girls basketball, women's basketball. Tarasi leaves, goes to UConn. That turns into a dynasty. But you think about Charisma Osborne stays home. London Jones stays home. You know, Rhea Marshall, Gigi Watkins. It's just not USC. UCLA's in that mix, too. There's just great women's basketball here in LA County, Riverside County, and down into Orange County. And it's amazing. They're all starting to stay home.
We've had our droughts, but now we're back. And that's what I love is all these kids want to stay home and they want to forge their own names at these, reputable colleges. And I'm just all for it. And it's great competition, especially with, the Bruins and the Trojans. We were back. We never liked each other. Now we really, really don't like each other.
Yeah, that double OT game. What'd you think about that one?
Oh man, that was awesome.
Paige Allen with the three-point play for the Islanders. Impressive and one opportunity that she cashes in. And the elevation, you mentioned it. The playing level right now, how much the WNBA helped. These players have dreams beyond being a senior. But if you compare just the growth of this game, what jumps out to you?
You know what? I think the biggest areas as far as positions are concerned are the guard play. Nice here. All right, young lady, I feel you out there with the tray. But it has to be the guard play.
Padilla with back-to-back threes for the Trojans. They lead by 23, poked ahead to Forbes. She wants it.
Come on now.
Get yours, Mackenzie. It's not just Padilla from deep. The Ivy League kids cash it in. The USC Trojan offense getting hot from deep. They've now hit 7 3 balls. Padilla and Forbes. USC outscoring Texas A&M-Corpus Christi 30-20 in the third quarter. They have a 26-point lead here as we enter the final frame. Our guest, the legend Cheryl Miller, with us. And we like to keep you guessing. It's time now for our Get More, brought to you by Geico. And look at this comparison of fresh-faced freshmen back in the day, Cheryl. What jumps out to you about those numbers?
Let me see. Steals per game.
That's
not too bad.
That's nice. 3.5 steals a game.
Okay, well, first of all, Mary, what did you say about my assists?
I was shocked. I was surprised there were 3.5. I was surprised.
I'm a student of the game.
I
Mary.
understand that.
I'm a student of the game.
But just for me personally, I never saw a better offensive rebounder in the history of women's basketball than you. And I loved your comment. I had to get some shots up.
Absolutely. Once I passed the ball, I had to hit the board to get some points.
So the final minute here of the third quarter. And underneath, it's McGill. Can't hit it. Nakanwafo clears the board.
Cheryl, what do you think having a coach like Lindsay Gottlieb, who Forbes is going off, that worked in the NBA for 2 years, how do you think that has impacted her as a college coach and as a coach for Juju Watkins?
Wow. First of all, it's instant credibility. And she knows the game of basketball. Forget about the pros. Forget about it being a women's game. She knows basketball to begin with. And the fact that she had a vision from the day she set foot on SE, she wanted to make sure that the women were going to be treated as well, or if not better, than the men. And that's exactly what she's demanded and received because of her hard work. And she's the main attraction why players want to come to USC. And it helps having Juju Watkins now.
Who's only a freshman, so somebody come in has the chance to play with her for 3 seasons potentially.
And you know what? I'm so glad you guys said that potential. What do you think about this whole portal thing?
I mean, I think it's going to not be as prominent once the COVID eligibility is done. When you only have 4 years to play 4, I think it won't be as big of a part of the game.
Okay.
But I do think with NIL and with players, I do think that you're going to see multiple kids transferring at the end of every season. And it's going to be tough for coaches to roster build to really know what's coming back.
It's a new day. And it changes every day.
That is the truth to that. So 69-41 here. The final possession of the third quarter. with USC busting out the three-point shooting. Padilla got it started. Forbes has taken the baton, and now she'll head to the free throw line. And you mentioned it. You think Forbes has been the X factor for this team, being the #1 seed.
Could she play in the W?
She better.
Okay.
She's going to make a team better. Absolutely.
She is so strong at 6 feet.
Smart.
The ability to shoot the basketball.
Smart.
She's just a phenomenal young lady. Brilliant. She can do whatever she wants to do.
There you go.
4 seconds to go.
I love that.
There we go, big girls. Hit the deck, big girls. We love it when our big ones hit the deck.
Future doctor.
Right there, Clarice Akinwafo, the 6'6" junior, another LA kid out of Inglewood. Yes, wants to be a doctor. Her brother at med school at SC, getting on the deck. And that will be the end of the third quarter. And Cheryl Miller, our legend, thanks so much for taking the time. We appreciate it. It's always great having you in the crowd. And check this video out. Let's take a look.
With greatness.
We always love the highlights from Cheryl. One of the best ever to do it. Talk us through this, Cheryl. What do you see? 71-41 USC, the top seed in the Portland 3 regional, leads by 30 over Texas A&M-Corpus Christi, and Mackenzie Forbes getting it done as part of the Stars Stories brought to you by Honda. Forbes and Watkins both over 20. Mackenzie Forbes 3 3-point makes today on 7 attempts, and then Juju filling up the box sheet. 21 points, 5 boards, 3 blocks. What a game for the Trojans. They kind of stalled in the second quarter, but that third quarter, they came alive, especially from deep.
Add Padilla to some threes, and this is a dynamic offensive team.
Well, they have found the ability to spread you out. Akinwafo, 6'6", sending that one back.
She is such a great defensive presence for them. Hits the O boards, but doesn't need touches in a traditional way as a post player, but just is so invaluable.
She loves our colleague who's at the desk today.
Yeah.
Shanae and Nneka Ogumake, sports heroes.
I do love the story when I asked her about going to medical school, and I said, well, why is that your dream? And she says, because I'm Nigerian. Her brother in med school.
Almost corralling the rebound there, but can't snag it before it lands out of bounds. So Texas A&M-Corpus Christi will have it.
But the key to every successful team is accepting what your role is. Push your limit, try to get more, but whatever your role is, just go out there and do the best you can with it. And that's one of the things this USC team really excels at.
I think Juju might have gotten a piece of that one, which
would be her fourth
block.
2 steals, 4 blocks.
If she didn't get it, she certainly altered it. And so 20 on the shot clock for the Islanders. Here's Allen, tees up the 3. That one rattled out, looked good. Paige Allen, a 4th-year senior, can come back and play if she chooses. Is yet to decide. And the Islanders have it. Here's Williams, takes it away. Oh, with her left, taking it in. And then the whistle. Probably not a bad foul, as Texas A&M-Corpus Christi had some numbers and a chance to transition. Maria Aguado coming back on the floor in place of Annika Wilstead. Dominique Darius back on the floor. Saw some early time in the first half as well. Poked out of bounds by Kayla Williams. I gotta tell you, what a fun afternoon it has been here inside the Galen Center. Started with the 8-9 matchup with Michigan going ahead by 10 points against the 8th seed Kansas, and Kansas refusing to die. They just marched back. Their defense tightened the grip, sent it to overtime on A three-point shot. And then they won in overtime. And now this fantastic crowd. Student section out. It has been loud. They've been having a lot of fun. And a good effort to Texas A&M-Corpus Christi. They rebounded on their heels to start the game. Maybe a little bit nervous. It's their first ever trip to the big dance. And
she got clobbered.
Caught in the act of shooting is Paige Allen. But they have certainly settled down, outscored SC in the second quarter, and have had some high-level plays. Lots to be proud of for the Islanders.
And I love the approach, talking to Coach Royce Chadwick, who's been a college coach for 40 years. You take your team to all the sites. They drove through Beverly Hills, tried to see some celebrities. They went to the beach.
And for the fourth straight year, every NCAA Women's Championship game is on the networks of ESPN. For more information, go to NCAA.com, your home for all 90 NCAA championships.
But when they ended their practice yesterday, they worked on end-of-game situations. Down 2, 7 seconds. Down 3, 9 seconds. And I just love the mindset. If we're in it, this is what we're going to run.
The relief for the Islanders after their run through the Southland Conference Championship. Rhea Marshall, that jumper, nothing but net. Soft touch for the USC big.
Rhea Marshall wasn't all conference, wasn't all tournament, but she's all everything to this USC team.
She's one of the best defensive post players in the nation. Over 3 blocks a game in her sophomore season, and now as a junior is the quarterback of this USC defense.
Well, I think sometimes for somebody like Rhea, who was just every play she went after a block. I mean, every single play, and it got her into a lot of foul trouble. But a year ago, she was one of the top 3 finalists for Defensive Player of the Year in the country that went to Cameron Brink. This year, you're exactly right. More quarterbacking, better decision-making, block it when it's there, not as much fouling, and a much better defender because of it. But you can't quantify it, so you don't maybe get the awards then.
Well, I always say this when you're looking at defensive statistics, that they can be deceiving. 2 blocks a game, and she's on the floor for 30 minutes a game versus 3 blocks a game, and she's on the floor for 18. It's a wide world of distance. How many does she alter by her presence? You see the guards get into lane and then just U-turn and head the other way when she's in there. Jumper is good by Darius. 5'10" redshirt sophomore out of Jacksonville, Florida, with her first bucket. Westbrook answers quickly. Alicia Westbrook, the 9th player in Southland history to be named first team all-conference 3 times. The first one in Islander history. I mean, her production, Mary, over 1,500 career points, over 1,100 career rebounds for Alicia Westbrook.
Yeah, it's big time.
Criswell rattles out the 3. Marshall grabs the rebound, and now Malia Samuels, the true freshman, onto the floor for the Trojans. Getting her first run in the NCAA tournament, gets it poked away.
You know, one of my highlights when watching Rhea Marshall this year, in that game at Stanford when Juju Watkins had 51 points, she got into some foul trouble. She, was 1 for 6. She had 2 points. Saw her come peeling around the corner, jumping up and down like it was Christmas morning, and she was so excited for what Juju had done and for their team victory. No thought about her and what her performance was and how disciplined. No, it was all about team, all about Juju.
Aguado with a really nice take to slice through the USC defense. And now Juju, her first step, now flips it over to Marshall. And she gets her own miss, still can't finish. Forbes had a little opening, but instead goes into the paint, and she will be called for the offensive foul, pleading her case that she got hit in the face, but she will be tagged with the personal.
Just kind of lowered the shoulder. It's fun watching Paige Allen play. She's got a little swagger to herself.
Forbes sitting on 23 points, just 3 shy of her MVP performance in the title game of the Pac-12 tournament, where she had 26. Down low, good finish with the left hand onto the floor. Bruna Aguera, the 6'2" sophomore out of El Morel, Spain. Quick 3 off the hands of Darius. Taken right back by USC. And then a foul committed by Verano.
Puts it on the floor. Nice pass inside against the great shot blocker. Nice finish. And so here comes the trap.
Her first bucket in 7 games for Aguera. So foul trouble. Rhea Marshall has 4 personals. She is the only player on either side with more than 3 as we approach the 5-minute mark here of the 4th quarter. So USC trying to put the finishing touches in the box score and move on to Monday. Juju, backdoor cut, beautiful feed from Forbes.
Saw that early in the 1st quarter.
I mean, really, you mentioned the way that Juju glides. And she got backdoor in a hurry on that cut. Contact, whistle blows, and that will go against USC. That will go against Malia Samuels. USC, the top seed in the Portland 3 regional, leads 77-48. What was happening the last time that USC was the #1 seed in 1986? A little bit different, Mary. Top Gun, the #1 movie, the #1 song. That's what friends are for. The average cost of gas, 86 cents per gallon, and the president was Ronald Reagan. But I heard that you karaoke. That's what friends are for. You still have that in your back pocket?
I do not, but 86, and they're still making Top Guns, and they're still starring Tom Cruise. That's the only thing that hasn't changed. That's what friends are for.
There you go. I knew you had it in you, Mary. Good back cut. Another bucket for Bruna Aguera. The Spaniard with 4 points now coming off the bench.
They hit 50.
Now, what a season it's been for Texas A&M-Corpus Christi. The regular season Southland champs last year, but couldn't make it to the big dance. This year, they made it happen. The Southland Conference Tournament champions and a chance to head to LA. Pretty pass from Darius. Oh, and an even better one.
I love that. I love that.
Getting it to Samuels for the bucket.
Unselfishness all around.
Samuels, the true freshman out of Seattle, getting the first bucket of the NCAA tournament for her.
Kansas staff hard at work watching this game, getting the scout going.
Well, USC, certainly some high-level plays here today. This is gorgeous.
Yeah, Darius gives it up. Rhea Marshall gives it up. And the freshman from Seattle comes away with 2 points.
I love that from Marshall.
I do too.
Unselfish, could have got hers instead. The 6'4" junior passing it off to the 5'6" freshman point guard. And at the other end, Mireia Aguado, the 5'9", 4th-year senior out of Barcelona, has put together a game that she could be proud of.
No doubt.
15 points as she splits a pair on just 8 shots. She's 6 of 8 from the floor, and Aguado adding 3 rebounds and an assist to her line. Well done by Aguado today here in LA. And ball in her hand right now. The left hand that time short for Aguera. Double team comes to Bigby. And Malia Samuels makes them pay. The freshman now's got 5. And The Pac-12, such a gauntlet. A lot of the younger players just really unable to see a ton of minutes. So for Samuels, getting a nice run here in the NCAA tournament. And Guerra brings the ball down and then just takes it right away from the defense to score. She's got 6. So 2.5 minutes to go. The #1 seed USC Trojans looking to close this one out, taken away by the Islanders. Westbrook gets it to Criswell. 3 ball, too strong. Okunwafo collects. Roxanne Makolo onto the floor for SC now. And a big cheer for India Otto, the 5'9" sophomore out of Los Angeles. Did not play during Pac-12 play as Vanessa Bryant, and her girls look on. She has a tight relationship with the Bryant family, Mary.
Yep, they were good friends with Kobe, and he told India, you might not play, but be a great teammate, be an important part of a program, and that's exactly what she is, and why she got the reception that she did.
Okunwafo sends that shot into the bleachers. The NCAA Men's Basketball Championship second round continues today on CBS, TBS, and TNT. For more information on tournament game times and networks, go to ncaa.com.
I mean, when you go to practice every day for 5 years and you've scored 18 points in your career, you're just showing up every day to be a part of something special.
Thought she had it. I don't think she realized she was going to be that open. Came off the screen, and she can shoot it.
Yeah, she can.
You can fill it up. And she gets the bucket. One of the loudest cheers of the night when India Otto comes onto the floor. The former walk-on who earned herself a scholarship, and the crowd went nuts. Westbrook gets it poked away. Otto, 3 ball, you betcha!
Living the dream.
This crowd is
the biggest cheers of the night.
It's a 34-point margin, and they are electrified by Otto. And did a huge block by Okunwafo, but called for the personal. But I think it gives time for this crowd to give some more appreciation as Vanessa Bryant.
That's awesome.
Loving it.
Puts it on the floor, hits the layup, and then next time, no hesitation. She gets right into that jumper and drops the 3 and says, oh yeah.
Oh gosh, you just gotta love it. March Madness, baby. There is nothing like it. And India Otto has a really tight relationship with Juju Watkins. The two have a good bond. As SC can close this one out, the crowd on their feet. A packed crowd inside the Galen Center for the top seed USC Trojans. Who would have thunk it a short time ago? But they will be moving on their home floor Monday to face off against the Kansas Jayhawks. Game #1 of the NCAA tournament in 2024 is in the books. The USC Trojans continue to stay red hot.